We are going to solve this inequality here, and I have 1 is greater than or equal to n minus 8 divided by 9. Just like equations, inequalities are solved the same way. It's just we have a different step at the end where we have to graph our answer because we have multiple numbers that will solve an inequality like this one. All right, so my ultimate goal here is to get n all by itself, to remove all those numbers. We call that using inverse operations, so that is the opposite operation. And the first thing I need to do in this problem is to remove the 9. I'm dividing everything by 9, so the opposite of dividing by 9 is multiplying by 9. So my first step is to multiply my numbers on the right-hand side by 9, and I do that with the number on the left-hand side as well. 9 times 1 is 9, so here I'm in the practice of rewriting my inequality. The 9's on the right hand side, they cancel each other out because 9 divided by 9 is 1. So now on the right hand side I'm just left with n minus 8. Okay, the opposite of subtracting 8 is adding. There's our inverse operation, so we're going to add 8 here, and we'll add 8 over to this side. And we'll finish up, we'll have n still being less than or equal to 9 plus 8 is 17. Here's the final step in my solution of this inequality. I have to make a circle at 17 and fill it in because it is less than or equal to, and then I want all the numbers that are smaller than 17. So my arrow is going to go here to the left and include all these numbers. All right, we're going to tackle another problem now that involves a fraction, so stay tuned while I get that set up. And here we go with our fraction equation. It says 7 5/7 is greater than or equal to 4/7 plus 5/6 x. My goal, get the x by itself. So I need to remove all the other numbers, and our secret ingredient is inverse operations or opposite operations. The first thing I need to do is get rid of the 4/7. So to do that, I have a positive 4/7. The opposite of that is subtracting 4/7. Okay, and here we go. 5/7 minus 4/7 is 1/7. So on my left-hand side, I'm now left with 7 and 1/7. And I have that being greater than or equal to the 5/6 x. Okay, now here's where things get complicated. 5/6 x, a number written right in front of a variable, which is what I have here, means multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division, but you guys as 7th graders and 8th graders, 5th graders, 6th graders, you know that we don't divide by fractions. Instead, we multiply by the reciprocal, which is to flip our top and bottom numbers. So 6 now becomes my numerator, 5 is my denominator, and then I remember to do the same thing on this side. 6 over 5. All right. Now, some kids would be intimidated by this and need to use a calculator, but really, you don't have to. 7 times 7 is 49. 49 plus 1 more is 50. So I'm rewriting my equation over here, kind of doing the mental math thing. So I have 50 over 7 times 6/5. Now, I don't want to multiply across right away. I want to do some simplifying to give myself an easier problem. Since 5 will go into 50, I have 5 divided by 5 equaling 1, and 50 divided by 5 equaling 10. 10 times 6 is 60, and 7 times 1 is 7. So now my last step here, it says 60 divided by 7. I think I'll just write it this way to show you what we're doing. 60 will go in, 7 will go into 68 times. 56. I have 4 left over. Put it all together. 8 is my whole number. 7 is what I'm dividing by. My leftover piece is 4. So I have x is less than or equal to 8 and 4/7. And I did not do a very good job of writing my 8. That should be a little bit bigger than that. And that point, to graph that, my graph is a little bit small here, but my closed circle. It's kind of going in the middle because 4/7 is about in the middle of the line, and then it's all those numbers that are less than 4/7. So again, I am drawing my arrow to the left. Watch this video as many times as it takes to understand how to do an inequality with a fraction.